tosses. This is the lineup he'll face. Baldwin, Acuna Jr., and Olsen at the top. Harris, Albies, and Dubon in the middle. And Yastrzemski, Riley, and Jarvis, the bottom of the order, that will face Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is 14th start, 5-5, 3.42 ERA. 78 strikeouts and 7.3 2/3. Baldwin's ready. Cole's ready. Let's do it. Here in the Bronx. First pitch foul back. And we're underway. Let's check out, Paul, the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
We're talking about a six-pack. Another good game Sunday at Wrigley. His sixth straight start, allowing 3 runs or fewer. So Garrett Cole throwing the ball very well. Fastball heavy. His fastball velocity since the surgery is actually up. 61% fastballs against the Cub. That was the highest of a game since 2023. And 7 away. 993 strikeouts in his Yankees career. See if he can get to 1,000 today.
Braves had their 8-game winning streak snapped last night. Braves are 70-46, still have an 8.5-game lead in the National League East over the Phillies. The 2-1. Foul back, 2-2.
You know, Mike, I was on the way home last night. You know, other than the rain delay, which kind of dampens everything because you go late and stuff. I broke it. That's probably the best win of the year for the Yankees, huh?
It's definitely in the top 3,
yeah,
for sure. It's weird, though, Paul. Every win is so difficult to come by because when it's hard to score runs, you got to scratch, you've got to claw, and that's what the Yankees did.
Yeah, they're really, really leaning on the pitching, and you know, there's some things that are going to happen. Bellinger looked good today. He's running. I mean, you're going to add a few things to this lineup.
Backhanded there by Lombard, turns it into an out. Why don't we take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Ramos, Grisham, and Jones left to right in the outfield. Infield, Rosario, Lombard, Caballero, and Goldschmidt. That's your right-handed hitting lineup against the lefty Sale. Austin Wells starting a day game after a night game. He'll be catching Garrett Cole. Dan Merzel is the home plate umpire. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He is considered hitter-friendly, and you see the other particulars. Acuna with a fly ball right. Jones puts it away, 2 down.
You're seeing some lefties in the lineup, surprisingly against Chris Sale. But if you look at his numbers, Chris Sale's berries both lefties and righties, and lefties this year actually have a little bit better, higher average than the right-handers. So Aaron Boone is, you know, going with Wells. Cole enjoys throwing to him, keeping Grisham in center. Spencer Jones in right.
Matt Olson takes high. Olson has 6 home runs the last 10 games. Hit one against Hill last night. He has 13 lefty-on-lefty home runs, most of anybody in the big leagues.
Yeah, I was talking to Max Fried in the dugout, and you know, I was telling him last night. You know, I thought he finished with better stuff than he had. He said, yeah, it was really weird pitching against guys that know me that well. He said, you know, the game plan just kind of went out the window because, you know, I know them, they know me. So the plan that we had didn't work out, but he threw the ball extremely well.
And he was pretty emotional about it. Meant something to him.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're there for that long, it really meant something to him. And he didn't think he pitched that well in the first inning, but obviously helped by the out being made at third before the run cross. He was outstanding again and got the pitch count up to 90, so he's a full-fledged starter now. Back from the IL. Yankees have their 3 best starting this weekend. Swing and a miss. Olson down on strikes. A 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. Yankees will take their turn, and Austin Wells again behind the plate will bat 9th. And they'll be facing one of the greats, Chris Sale. What a year he's having. 20 starts, 12-6, 2.08, 143 strikeouts in 117 innings. Tell me more, Paul. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scatter Report.
Well, we're just going to give him another award like he hasn't had enough. National League Pitcher of the Month for July, 4-0 with a 2 ERA. Faster than ever. I mean, this is kind of unbelievable. At 37 years old, his fastball velocity is the highest of his career, averaging 96.1. 9 days rest. He is on 9 days. They usually try to give him extra days, and he has really thrived when he gets that extra day.
And he deals inside to Goldschmidt. Yeah, with 9 days rest, he's pretty good. With normal rest, the ERA is 6.30. He's had 2 starts on normal rest. With 5 days rest, 1.92 ERA. And then with 6 or more days, 1.31. He's made 7 such starts. So 9 days will be a bonus for him. Grounded foul.
A lot of young pitchers, you know, you feel like you lose your command, lose your control. But as you get older, and you can talk to David Cohn over and over again, he loved extra days rest as he got older. And he was more sharp, stronger, just was a better pitcher with the extra days.
One. There's a strike. Backdoor slider. 2-2. Elliot Ramos has been red hot. He's on deck. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Check out the Braves defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we'll really highlight the first baseman, Matt Olson. These are CarShield defensive player profile. 86 defensive runs saved since 2018. That leads Major League first baseman. He is really special out there. Ramos takes a strike. Last night he reached base 4 times in 5 plate appearances. He's reached in 6 of his last 13 plate appearances. So the pinstripes agree with him.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, his approach going to right center is just going to keep him on the ball longer, and Yankee Stadium is going to help him as much as anybody.
Big puffy clouds kind of obscuring the sun. Kind of an overcast day. The lights are not on at the start of the game.
Well, Michael, you can attest. I mean, when we were on the field earlier, there was not a cloud in the sky.
Yep.
The sun was beaten down.
One and two. Two and two. You can see Sale got gray in the beard, but still fire in the belly at 37 years old. Grounded to third. Riley to second one. On to first. Not in time.
I throw a little high to Albies at second base, which caused this not to be turned, but the ball hit well. Just you can't aim them. One thing, when you play the Atlanta Braves, you know, defensively they're pretty sound. Walt Weiss really was a good fielder and is going to stress this on his team. Kind of a side play there, but again, the ball kind of draws him out of sequence and not able to turn it.
Here's Ben Rice. He broke an 0 for 18 slide with that big hit off the right field wall in the 9th inning to tie the game. Take a look at it again.
Yeah, this was an absolute missile. You just hope that it was high enough to get over the right fielder's head and high off the wall. Could have been a 3-run homer. Should have let it just set up for something to come when McMahon could hit that fly ball.
would you deal with a guy with that sort of release from the left side if you're a left-handed hitter?
Well, it's the release, but it also compounds things with the velocity. When because you don't have a lot of time anyway, and your tendency is to open up, to see the ball a little bit better. And as soon as you do that, you've really lost the outside part of the plate. So extremely tough at bat for a lefty.
1-2 on Rice. Now, he broke his RBI slide with that single off the wall, but he's sitting on an 11-game streak without a home run, still at 31 home runs. Grounded to first, it's a foul ball. And the Yankees are fortunate because it would have been a double play.
Well, Olsen holding him on. I mean, gets off the bag, but you're pretty much still on the line. So this is extremely close, I'm sure. It really looked like he reached across the base to catch it.
Grounded to second. There's one. And there's two. Not a great flip by Albies to Jarvis, but they still turn the 4-6-3 double play to end the first. After one, here in the Bronx, 0-0, the Yankees and the Braves. Got a big hand from the crowd when he was introduced. Batting from the left side, driving the ball with authority. And he felt so good about his performance that he's up in the booth with us, right, Jorge?
Exactly.
How does it feel to be out there?
It was good. It was good. It was good to see everybody. You see people, but there's certain guys that you don't see often. So it was good to see a few of the guys that I haven't seen.
Harris grounds one to first. Goldschmidt there. One away.
It's so funny how some guys, they don't change a bit. Or you look about the same.
We got
coloring your hair white like I am, but everything else looks the same. Then some guys you look over double take, like, who? Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
But it always is so much fun to get together.
Yeah, it's fun. It was fun listening to the guys, the clubhouse. We were talking stories and laughing, and it was good times.
Now, with distance between when it happened and now, the stories get better, and are they more?
Hopefully, the people don't stop lying about the stories, and that's when you're like, hey, hold on, he wasn't like that.
Do you miss playing, or do you miss the camaraderie?
I don't miss playing
At all?
No, I don't miss playing. You can't do it, so you're in your head. You obviously contend that you can't do it anymore. So.
I told Michael that for the first couple of years I was in the booth, it's just like, you're very critical of things.
Yes.
But now when you're out there like today, that's a pretty good swing there. Boy.
Yeah, I know.
And you are so far from being able to play this game now at this level that it's just, you almost just become a fan, right?
Yeah. And when you look, the thing is when you look how hard they're throwing, especially when you're sitting down there, it's like, whoa, it's like there's no way.
How different is the game now from when you played, and do you think it's more difficult?
I don't think it's difficult. I think we're making it difficult. I think the players getting so much information, and the fundamentals have changed. Mm-hmm. Not everybody is doing what we were taught. I don't know. It's just it's different. We took a lot of pride of getting the job done. And I feel like this game, the kids want to make money, and there are certain guys that care. There's a few that care, but not everybody, and it bothers me.
Yeah, you look at the fundamentals, you look at the little plays that make or break games, and you're seeing it recently with the Yankees, the great defensive plays on the left side of the infield with Lombard coming up. Changes games.
Yeah, it changed it. It completely. The energy has changed so much in 3 games just because of this kid. Mm-hmm. And it's good to see because in the dugout in the clubhouse, it's fun to play.
That one's dunked into left field. It is a fair ball and bounces into the seat. So Albies picks up a double.
Yeah, it's a bad break for Cole there, but I'll just just fought off, and it just happened to stay right inside the line. But back to your point, Jorge, I mean, when you look at the way the Yankees, and coming into the season, you knew they had good pitching, but they are all in now about winning close games, winning with great pitching. Hopefully Aaron Judge comes back. You add that big offense. But when you're going to win with pitching, you have to have good defense. You've
100%.
got to give them 27 outs and go with it.
Yeah, 100%. I think they did a great job of getting some guys to help you and have that, you know, dugout a little bit stronger. I think it's going to be a little platoon when everybody comes back. So, you know, you got a lefty hitting lineup and a righty hitting lineup, and I think the team is stronger with the moves.
Now you were an assistant in the dugout in the WBC.
Yeah.
And you were around Yankee spring training as well. And I know you love the game. I watched you play the game every day. You just love putting the uniform on. Could you see yourself being a full-time coach or manager?
I don't. It's a long season, and it takes a lot. I mean, you have to be in spring training February 1st, you know, and if you go far, you come home beginning of November. It's just a lot. You know, we did it when we played. I don't know. I don't.
Michael, look at him. Look how well rested he looks. He's playing golf, and we're up here still going at it. I mean,
it's hard, Michael.
Nice to be retired.
It's hard.
But I mean, the hard question is, I mean, does your wife still want you around?
She, you know, I get out of her way.
Right.
You know, so
You make some TikToks with her.
I have to do that. If I don't do that, you know, I'm out of the house.
We all know our roles in baseball and in life. And here's our TikTok videos. Going to the store.
I know.
How are your kids doing?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. Paulina's here with Laura, and Jorge's at home working. Well, not today, it's Saturday, but yeah, he's working.
0-1 on Mike Yastrzemski, runner at second base, 2 men out. We're in the second inning. Braves and the Yankees, 0-0. You know, we just showed some highlights from your career, and I'll always remember that hit you had against Pedro and the come from behind. What's the one that resonates with you the most, the one that you cherish the most, the biggest hit?
Well, that was a big one, you know, because obviously we win and we tie the ball game, and Booney hits a home run and we get to the World Series. So obviously that's a really big one. But individual stuff, you remember your first hit, your first home run, you know, your 1000th RBI, stuff like that. You don't forget.
In all the time that you were a Yankee, did you ever think Paul O'Neill would be a broadcaster?
No.
Have you asked anybody that say yes to that question?
No, everybody says no.
And he's a good one, though. He's a really good one here.
1-2 on Yastrzemski. Strike 3. Yastrzemski down looking, and he's challenging. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Would you have liked this?
Oh, I would have liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have saved it. You know, obviously there's times that you would have used it. But yeah, you got to save them towards the end of the game as a catcher, because they're, you know, at the end of the game is when everything happens. But you get a bases loaded, you know, first inning or something like that. Obviously, you can use it to, but you got to know for sure that it's a strike or a ball.
It's always great seeing you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
See you soon. Jorge, goes out, everybody.
Give me 2 strokes aside. We'll play.
Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. Go to MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. Rosario down 0-1 in the count. You know, in the heroics that ensued, Paul, his walk that he drew was such a big play in that game yesterday. 8-pitch walk.
Yeah, and he fought off. I mean, he was behind in the count, fighting off pitches and stuff against a righty. This ball's cued. Sale comes up with it. This ball gets by Sale. You got a chance, but Chris Sale getting off, lanky lefty, able to grab it. Yeah, right off the end of the bat, puts that spin on it. You know, as a hitter, you just get by him because no chance Albies is going to be able to come in, able to glove it, and just continue on.
Here's Trent Grisham. Driven into center field and deep. Harris back, still back on the track. He's going to play it off the wall. So go figure out baseball. Trent Grisham has been laboring, struggling, not getting good at bats, not getting the ball up in the air and driving it, and then against one of the toughest left-handers, he does this.
Yeah, he gets a pitch, and a lot of times pitchers assume that he's going to take a pitch, which he does a lot, especially when he's leading off. Gets a pitch and just lines it to center field. Harris, a good center fielder, pretty much the kind of line drive that got over Grisham's head the other day. Just hit too hard, not going to catch it. An opportunity here for Lombard. Try to take the lead.
Grisham leads off second. And Lombard takes a strike. Slider dropped in there by Sale. Into the Braves dugout as they scatter. Interesting when Jorge said, you know, things have gotten more intense and cohesive with this guy coming up.
I mean, if you look at the way they're playing, I mean, they're getting huge outs defensively. And Garcia Jr. made an unbelievable play last night. And those saved games when you're playing 2-1, 2-0 games. I always loved when, especially as a veteran player, and you have a veteran team, to bring up some youth, the energy, just the excitement of taking the field.
Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Strikeout percentage. Chris Sale leads at 30.7. And then Max Scherzer, Randy Johnson, Garrett Cole, and Pedro Martinez. Pretty good list.
Yeah, I helped a few of those guys. That's, you know what? You look at Pedro, Randy Johnson, yeah.
Another big crowd here at the stadium. The lights now are on. That one just missed.
You see a lot of young players, and again, you don't know how this at bat is going to end, but you know, he's taken a lot of close pitches with 2 strikes, and that's a good sign that you know, he has he doesn't panic with 2 strikes.
Another close pitch he takes. Hey, consider this. This is Sal's 16th season. Lombard was 5 years old when he started pitching. And now he's facing him here in the Bronx. Three-two.
He's put together a good at bat here, and these are the at bats, especially earlier in the day when it was extremely hot, that can just wear out a pitcher.
This will be the 8th pitch upcoming. Hanging in there. Lombard 3 hits and 10 at bats since being called up. And he finally wins the battle. Sale does. 2 away.
Again, at 96, and that's been his average fastball this year. We went over in the pregame. I mean, he's throwing harder now at this age than he ever has in his career, which is just doesn't happen very often. It's like Lombard trying to push the ball the other way and just got beat inside.
So here's Spencer Jones. And that is up the middle and through for base hit. Grisham rounds third. He'll score. Spencer Jones against a brutally tough lefty picks up an RBI single, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, you figured it out, Michael. Like you said earlier, I mean, you scratch your head. These guys are in there because for defense, and you got to fill a lineup up. But not ideal matchups. But Spencer Jones, Grisham, great at bats. Yankees on the board.
And that breaks an 0 for 19 slide for Spencer Jones. And Jones goes, pitches up and away, throw to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Spencer Jones.
I mean, it's a good opportunity. You a big guy, you pretty much just go on first movement with 2 outs on a lefty. Got a decent jump, throw wasn't perfect, and then all of a sudden you pick up a stolen base and another opportunity, which the Yankees have not done until Spencer Jones right there. Get guys in, runners in scoring position.
I think they're saying that he went around as he tried to get out of the way.
Kind of hard to swing when you're moving your back foot, but it happened.
Caballero in the middle of a hot streak, 7 hits and 18 at bats. And again, he goes around, and Caballero does not like it.
Well, the back foot slider, you just got to hold on to the bat. And if you look at it, yeah, his bat's getting across the plate.
I don't know. What do you think?
A little pirouette there. I think by losing your balance off the back foot, it makes it even look worse. So, that one there, I don't know.
If you sail, do you do it again? Although you might hit him. Molino says he checked the swing. Swing and a miss, got him. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, but the Yankees get a run on the Spencer Jones single. 1-0 Yankees.
My goal for Old Timers Day is to hug Austin Wells.
And that was Diana Munson's reaction when I asked her what she thought when she saw Austin Wells paying tribute to her husband Sunday in Chicago, wearing that special catcher's gear on the anniversary of his death. Diana went on to tell me that is typically a very, very hard day for their family, and for just a few moments she was able to smile in between the tears. It was so meaningful for her that Austin Wells would do that. Now, when I spoke to Wells earlier today, he actually escorted Diana Munson out onto the field, and Wells told me that while he was walking with Diana, watching the highlights of Thurman playing, it was just such a powerful moment for him. He said he felt like it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but admitted he hopes that that happens for several years to come here at the stadium. And as we see, Austin Wells still wearing that catcher's gear here on Old Timers Day to continue to pay tribute to Thurman Munson. Guys, does it get any better than that?
Just a great story, and I was talking to Diana, and she said she was watching the game on TV, and she didn't realize what was happening, and then when she realized that he was wearing gear that resembled Thurman's, she was so happy, and then the happiness turned into she just started sobbing. It meant so much to her. So just a really special moment through the generations, one Yankee catcher honoring a great Yankee catcher in Thurman Munson. So a really, really nice moment. 1-2 to Austin Riley. And he swings, and this is, speaking of Yankee history, we have one of the great Yankee center fielders of all time, and that's Bernie Williams joining us in the booth. Bernie, how you doing, my friend?
Always such an honor to be here, and especially the Old Timers Day. I was out there patrolling center field with my old buddy.
I told him. I said, "You got everything out here, Bernie. I'm not moving." I said, "Times have not changed much."
How does it feel to put the pinstripes on and be in the outfield again?
It feels great. Every year that I get an opportunity to do this, it goes from like I want to, like So all the love of the fans from now is like I'm happy to get out of there in one piece. But it's always a great honor to feel, the fans, cheering for you. And, this year I got a little bit of butterflies in my stomach.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, wow, man, it feels like a day that I could play.
So you're feeling good today?
Oh, no. No. Things are a lot further than I remember.
If you feel the same, you go out in the outfield and you look around and you say, I got no chance of getting the ball over there or over there or there. It's just, it looks like you're in the middle of a parking lot. Too much space.
Yeah, way too much space right now. But nevertheless, man, you get the bleacher creatures, chanting your name. You get a chance to, get a couple of plays out. I was almost clicking my heels out there in center field. And get out, that's such a special moment, man. It brings back so many great memories.
Does your career seem a long time ago, like another life, or does it seem like it happened yesterday?
I think both. I think it seemed like a long time ago, especially when I am playing on the outfield. But in many ways, it just feels like it was yesterday. All those great memories of all those World Series, playoffs and, road trips, and seasons, families. I mean, it was just some of the greatest times in my life, for sure.
One of the things I find most special about your career, you went through it. I mean, the Yankees were bad when you came up. So you experienced that turnover where you guys became champions. What did that mean for you to live through the bad times and be such a big part of the good times?
Well, I mean, I always say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I think, we were at the time, when, 91, 92, we were a team in transition. And, one thing that opened the doors for me was, obviously the great trade of, bringing Paul to right field, and they say, okay, rookie, you got center field, and it's your position to lose. At the time, we had, expectations, the overall expectations that every Yankee team has, but not as they have, become, now it's either, World Series or bust.
And they run into each other, and they hold on to the ball. Not sure who has it. Is it Goldschmidt or Rosario?
Well,
and it is Goldschmidt.
Acuna got in the way there, which caused a lot of confusion. So,
Bernie, it's always great to see you, my friend.
It's great to be here, man.
Be well.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Bernie Williams.
See you, Big Bird.
Take care.
Here's Austin Wells plus 650, and Goldschmidt made the final out there plus 600. Austin Wells will start it off here against Chris Sale. That was a dangerous play at the end because you'll see Wells kind of stumble out of there.
Well, I think then he played the game. Acuna got in the way, but right here, I think Goldschmidt saw there was issues, so he went all the way across over to the third baseline. I heard him calling it, but, he's just going to make sure that he was there. And it just caused some confusion. Both of them calling, and really, there's really no priority when you get the third baseman and the first baseman on the third base side.
Wells fouls it away. When Meredith was talking about it, you see one more time as Cole is yelling, Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. I saw Diana Munson in the dugout before Austin Wells had come into the dugout, and she was holding this note. And what Austin did to honor her husband, she had written a note that she wanted to give to Austin Wells, and she did.
I told her, I think I read in the game notes, today was the day in baseball history that Thurman Munson
Major League debut?
His Major League debut.
Yeah, 1969.
And I told her that, and she's like, why? And she didn't know. I thought it was so cool.
She's such a special lady.
Yes.
I mean, you talk to her and Kay Mercer and Jill Martin. It's just terrific to see them on Old Timers Day. And the Yankees really do it right with the wives of them.
They certainly do.
Goldschmidt with a single in the first inning. 1-0. It's funny. You look at the Yankee lineup and they go, why are they playing these left-handers against Sale? Well, that's all they have. I mean, the only choice they really had was Wells for Sanchez. Everybody else on the bench is a left-hander. So you're going to have to play a left-hander against them.
Right, and I think that, Cole really loves to throw to Wells, so that was kind of a given. But, you would think that Spencer Jones or Grisham, one of them, but no.
That one's driven to right field. Good jump there by Yastrzemski, makes the play.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting right there. Just bad luck. That ball was hammered the other way. And you're seeing some decent swings so far off Chris Sale, especially, some of the lefties in the lineup.
Here's Elliot Ramos. We're on the bottom of the third. Yankees lead 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, just talking it over again. It was kind of a weird play because Acuna got Wells tied up, and then I think Goldschmidt realized that Wells wasn't going to be there, so he came all the way across to the third base side. And if you see the replay here, they were both calling it, so you just it's a tough play. You see Wells come out, and Acuna kind of hit him with the bat, and there might have been like interference there. You see the umpire pointing, but when the sunglasses start hitting the infield, something went wrong.
1-2 on Ramos. Reached on a fielder's choice to third in the first inning. Swing and a miss on the slider. Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. 4 strikeouts for Sale. Is proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Matt Olson will take a strike from Garrett Cole, who looks sharp again. Cadillac scoreboard. Yankees lead 1-0 on the RBI single off the bat of Spencer Jones. Kind of a wave there by Olson. 0-2.
Yeah, that's an important pitch for Garrett Cole. As good as he is with his fastball, you need something going off speed down and away to great left-handed hitters that you're seeing right here. Matt Olson, pound for pound, I would take him over any first baseman in the game right now. He just does everything.
Wow, really?
Everything.
All right, let's take a look at Olson, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Games played streak, and he has the 8th longest at 899. Left side, long run for Ramos toward the line, and among the play. As great as Olson is and dependable, I don't think Ripken has to lose any sleep.
No, he's got a ways to go. You gave the stat yesterday. What's he got, about 10 years left?
10 straight years, and then some years in the 11th year. Some games in the 11th year, yeah. It would take him the age of 43, so I don't like Matt's chances. And it's funny that managers have allowed him to build up the streak. I mean, they just don't allow it anymore. They feel that rest is much more important. In the era of load management, what Olson is doing is amazing.
That doesn't happen in the booth. It does happen in the booth. You took the last series off. Your voice was getting tired.
Really, Paul?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Do I triple the amount of games?
No, you're an everyday player. I'm just a platoon guy.
Yeah. Harris with a high fly ball to right field. And Jones makes the play. You got me the rest of the year, Paul. There's no more days off.
You know what? I'll take it. These are the important games. These are the fun games. Everything's starting to build towards the end of the season.
Well, you look at the schedule. The Red Sox come in here for 4 games at the end of this month. That's going to be big. And then in September, 4 games against the Rays. So those are the 2 teams right now that you're battling. Albie swings and misses. Paul, you've become expert at this. I'm looking over the left field grandstand. I see dark clouds There's not going to be a rain in.
You know what? I almost pulled up my phone to check it because you got to look at the wind. You know, it will be coming behind home plate today with the wind. Yesterday was weird because that storm we had came from right field.
Right.
And most of the time it comes from left field. So I'm a little confused with the weather patterns right now. But don't mention rain. You know, rain delays, I've had enough. That thing right there, what's that mean? Is that wind direction?
It looks really cool. I have no idea what it does. Hit sharply, second base, Caballero. And a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. Let's go to the catering hall after the game.
My pizza shop.
Then if he hits a home run, or maybe two, plus 450. It'll be Ben Rice starting it off, then Rosario and Grisham against Chris Sale. It's been an incredible revival for Sale. He threw 151 innings from 2020 to 2023 for the Red Sox. And it looked like he was at the end of the line. Boston traded him, plus giving Atlanta $17 million to pay his salary for Vaughn Grisham. And he's discovered the fountain of youth in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal since he came over to Atlanta. And, you know, they use him well. We talk about giving him extra days off. I mean, he pitches at an extremely high level. Just a pitcher of the month. I mean, he does everything. 16th major league season. That's a lot of pitches coming out of that arm. You know that?
Amazing. Now, he was considering making 2024 his final season, but then he won the National League Pitching Triple Crown and the elusive Cy Young Award. So he said, "No, keep going." So he finished a 2-year, $38 million extension last year. Swing and a miss. Rice down on strikes. And then the Braves picked up his $18 million team option for this year. But then he inked a 1-year, $27 million extension for next year with a team option for 2028. So he's liking it in Atlanta.
Yeah, just going to keep on chucking.
It's funny, you know, a lot of people, they want to walk away too early. And I always remember David Cohn, who was up here moments ago with us, our colleague. He always just tell me, he said, "I'm going to pitch until they rip the uniform off me." Yep. He said, "There's nothing like this."
You know, I agree to a point, but then there's come to a point where mentally you just can't take the decline, and you know you're not putting up the numbers. You're not doing the things that you used to do, and it drove me crazy. So I said, enough's enough.
Well, you retired off a really, really good year with 20 stolen bases, and then, you know, the story's been told before that you were almost seduced to come back by Gene Michael.
Yeah, that was in the, you know, this season had already started, and I think it was in July or something. We were going on a family vacation. I remember, you know, coming to the ballpark, and Tori said, "How long would it take you to get ready?"
Olsen will field this one two-way.
I said, "Get ready for the game tonight?" What are you talking? No, to play. And all of a sudden, my mind started spinning. We went on vacation. I was throwing and running again just for fun to see what it felt like. And then Gene Michael, they ended up not being able to wait and signed Raul Mondesi, and that's just the way it happened. And it might have been a good thing because I had enough break, and he only had like 2 months of the season. But you know, as I look back, things happen, and I had no regrets.
And then the worst thing is, if you had come back, they would have had to rip you out of the booth.
Yeah, how's that going to happen?
I don't know.
You'd have had to Vince Scully. You'd have had Vince Scully up here.
Well, that would have been nice.
I could have come up, you know, I could have DH'd and come up between innings. It was bad.
But back then, Paul, I don't think we ever had a paucity of announcers. I think we had 9 analysts at that time.
Didn't we do a commercial once where we couldn't even fit all the people in the
booth? Yeah.
James wasn't invited. We couldn't fit him in.
Grisham has scored the only run in the game with 1 out. He doubled over the head of Harris, the second in the second inning, and then scored on Spencer Jones' single.
That looks like a hawk, Michael.
Got a good view, though. That's his little perch.
That thing could see a mouse from where it is with those little beady eyes.
I wonder what that bird thinks when he sees our drone. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Just clipped the outside corner, 3-2. Good pitch by Sale.
Yeah, that's where you think that a hitter's umpire the call, because that is questionable. It looks like it did catch the corner, but it's so close as a hitter, you can't really waste a challenge.
It's interesting what Posada said, because I don't think that teams have really figured out a tried and true way to use the ABS. He said he would save it to the end.
Yeah.
He said now if it's the bases loaded in the first inning, that could be pivotal. Okay, then. He said, but I wouldn't use it early. I'd use it late.
I agree. I think there's almost going to have to be, a talk where, game-changing moment, bases loaded in the first, okay. Nobody on, a couple outs. You can't waste a challenge at that point.
Grisham down looking, 1-2-3 inning. Sale works the Yankee order. Receiving a great ovation. Tino Martinez, great moments in his Yankee career with the 4 championships. Dubon takes the first pitch and drills it down the left field line. It'll go all the way to the wall. Dubon hustling to second, and he is going to make it with a leadoff double here in the 5th. Well, we are joined in the booth by Constantino Martinez, and good to see him. How'd it feel today being out on the field?
It was great. I mean, it was so much fun to be with all the guys in the locker room especially, but man, getting on the field was tough hitting, even though you laid it in there, I couldn't see too well, and I made an error, my first error of Old Timers Day. Not very good.
Now, will that stick with you? Because you've got pride.
Man, I had to catch it. The fans let me hear it, too.
I did. That was me behind you, Tito, because I had to run in and throw it in, which I can't do anymore.
We asked Jorge this, and he completely shut it down. I said, do you miss playing? He said, not at all.
Not at all.
Do you miss playing?
I do not miss playing. I don't miss the schedule. Every now and then I would love to play, certain games here and there, but especially when the postseason comes around.
That's over the head of Ramos, who plays a shallow left field. Dubon's going to score easily, so Yastrzemski picks up an RBI double, and the game is tied at 1.
Yeah, Yastrzemski hit it well, but this is a ball that, for the most part, needs to be caught, and it really, really hurts Garrett Cole here, because you would have had an out here without moving the runner over. But you're right, Michael. He does play a shallow left field, and it looks like they just kind of froze when that ball was hit and didn't ever get to it.
Made a valiant try, but he was too shallow and couldn't make up the ground. So now runner at second, still nobody out. And here's Austin Riley, 1-1 game. And that one's lined to right field. It's a base hit. Jones fields. He's going to come up throwing as they hold Yastrzemski at third. So 3 straight hits against Garrett Cole.
Well, Riley, I mean, since the All-Star break, kind of turning his season around. He used to be just All-Star caliber every year. Offensively, he's kind of dipped the last few years, but the last couple of weeks been hot.
We're going to have a meeting on the mound to talk with Cole. I wonder, Tino, I mean, your stay here with the Yankees was so great with the 4 championships. When you got traded here before the '96 season, did you ever envision this?
I knew that they had a great team here. Played in Seattle the year before against the Yankees team. We beat them that series here in '95. But I knew that coming back, they had a great team. And I knew with Bernie Williams and Derek Jeter coming up eventually, Jorge Posada. But I didn't visualize winning 4 out of 5 World Series. I knew that we had a chance to make the playoffs, possibly win a World Series, but I knew that was very possible. But you could never imagine winning a World Series, much less 4 out of 5.
There's Jim Jarvis. And there's a strike. Now, it's true that Lou Piniella asked you where you wanted to go because they had to shed some salary in Seattle. So he said, okay, where do you want to go, Tino?
Yeah. It was my first chance at arbitration, and they wouldn't take me to arbitration because, back then, when, the Seattle Mariners didn't have that kind of a budget, so it was a small market team. And I saw him in Tampa one day, and I said, Lou, am I getting traded? He said, yeah. And I said, well, where am I going? And he said, to the Yankees or the Cubs or the Padres. And he said, where do you want to go?
There's a base hit to right field. Yastrzemski will score. Throw comes into second, not in time to get Riley. So now the Braves are up 2-1.
It's, that's funny you're talking about that. You see Garrett Cole, again, trying to use that changeup, but pretty good piece of hitting, staying with it, to line it to right field. But I never heard that story. Lou asked you if you wanted to come to the Yankees.
Yeah, so I saw him in Tampa at that golf course. I read in the newspaper, the Tampa Tribune, a little tidbit.
Right.
And I said, Lou, am I getting traded? He said, son, yeah, we gotta get rid of some salary. We can't take you to arbitration. We have too many guys with big contracts, and Griffey and Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez, and so forth. So I said, I'd love to go to New York. We all knew Donnie was retiring, and he said, you sure you want to do that? I said, yeah, Lou. I said, well, first of all, I knew they had a great team, but every time I came to New York, the old stadium, I hit the ball real well. I could see the ball well. I loved the atmosphere. The fans were in it from beginning to end, and it was a place that I thought everybody would want to play, and it just worked out very well.
0-1 count on Drake Baldwin. Did you have second thoughts in April when they were booing you?
Not really. It wasn't fun being booed for April and probably May as well.
All right.
But no, I knew that I was just pressing. They're throwing me fastballs right down the middle, and I was popping them up and popping them up. I was just trying too hard to win the fans over and win my teammates over. So I knew eventually I'd settle down and get going because, again, like I said, I love playing in that stadium, and I knew we had a great team.
Now, if you think about that run where you won the 4 championships, I mean, it's so easily could have been 5 or 6. I mean, 97, you guys had a really good team. 2001,
yeah,
you came to within an out of winning that as well.
Yeah, I thought we had a better team in 97, and we all thought we should win that one. But Cleveland, they had a very good team too, and they really basically kicked our butts in that series and put us out. But at that point, we thought, where are we going to go from there? And then all of a sudden, we won 3 straight after that.
And 98, you just. I mean, you won 114 games, and I really believe you left some out there.
Yeah. We could have won more, actually. The thing was, we had won the division by August, so it wasn't time to rest guys yet. But we kept it going, and Joe put us out there, and we were trying to win as many games as we can.
1-2, big strikeout for Cole, his 6th strikeout of the game. And the 6th Yankee strikeout is brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers. See the way the game is played now. You knock a pitcher over. In the 98 team, you guys would knock out starters, and you'd have the underbelly of the bullpen that you would beat up on. Now they bring in a guy throwing 101, the next guy's 102. How different would it be to play in this era?
I mean, it's different, but the thing about our teams, the way we played, we manufactured runs. We really did. We won 114 games in the regular season, but it sounds like we won 10-0 every game. We blew everybody out. We didn't blow everybody out. We won 4-3, 5-4. If we're down 1 in the 7th or 8th inning, we found a way to, get a guy on, get him in, drive him in with a single here or there, and we just won games like that. And good defense and good pitching.
Yeah, recently, the Yankees have made a lot of good defensive plays. An opportunity right here.
So 2 down.
It almost takes you back to where you win the close games by defense. And I don't know if you agree with me. You look at some of the teams now, I don't know defensively if they're really ready for the bunts, the hit and runs and things, because everybody's on the back of their heels. See, that's another one, Tino. I didn't have to get down the line because you made a nice play. I had such a great view behind Tino, behind Mattingly, that great first baseman. I don't think everybody knew Donnie's defense, but I never thought you got the credit you should defensively, because you were always in the game and usually shifted me one way or the other, telling me go this way, go that way.
Yeah, and you the same way. From back there, you couldn't see where I was standing. You wanted me to move left or right, which helped. Which we had great communication.
There's Matt Olson. I think it's one of the great injustices that you didn't win the Gold Glove the year that Palmeiro did. And I think Palmeiro had 24 games at first base as a DH. Does that stick in your car a little bit?
It does, I guess, because I played pretty solid defense, and I played pretty solid defense, and I think I made 3 or 4 errors maybe the whole year. It would been nice to have had it, but I'll take the 4 World Championship rings over that. But I definitely would have been nice to have that for, in my trophy case.
First and second, 2 men out, talking with Tino Martinez. Is there a championship that was your favorite of the 4?
Well, I mean, the first one I would say, because none of us, except maybe Paul, won in Cincinnati. Joe Torre, I think the whole entire team, nobody won one. So for us, it was like, we got our butts kicked by the Braves in 1 and 2, and then when you were here on Game 6, and we're 1 out away from the World Series, I'm at first base thinking, we're going to win the World Series. Get out of here. That's all I kept thinking, and it was just surreal. And when the ball went up and Charlie Hayes caught it, it was just one of the best feelings I've ever had in my entire career.
Oh, we loved watching you play. Love talking with you all the time. Good to see you again, Tino.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Tino.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
That was Cole's 1,000th strikeout in 139 games with the Yankees, the fastest in franchise history. Strikeouts faster than any Yankee pitcher.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff. I mean, coming into the game, that was a scouting report. You just didn't realize, I mean, he's racking up strikeouts, 7th in 5 innings.
Lombard takes a strike. When you talk to Tino, I know that you lockered caddy corner to him at the old boy. I mean, what a good guy.
Very cerebral when it came to baseball. I mean, he used to tell me stuff that I would never even think about.
Right.
He knew tendencies of players. That's why he would always, wave me back and forth in right field. He was kind of ahead of the game, kind of a manager's way of looking at the game. Just didn't go out, show up, play the game. He had a lot going on upstairs, thinking.
And when you think about the trade that brought him from Seattle, you didn't just get Tino Martinez. You got Jeff Nelson, who was a huge part of the success coming out of the bullpen. That was a gigantic trade for the Yanks. 1-2. Still 1-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2-1. Braves over the Yanks. So far, it's lived up to the advanced billing, a pitching duel between Sale and Cole. Grounded foul.
I was remembering the name you said, Nelson. I thought, what Jim Messere part of that trade too, and he got some quality outs too when we needed him.
When Tino was telling the story about Lou, I'm sure this resonated with you because he said, well, son. I mean, he would call people son.
Yeah, he did.
I could hear his voice when Tino said that.
You know what resonated with me is like, Tino, you want to go to the Yankees? All right, you're going to the Yankees. I feel like I would have told Lou I wanted to go to the Yankees. He would have sent me to California. just the way it was.
So Lombard down looking, but he's going to challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And you know what? He got it right.
The pitch is a ball.
So Moxie, 21-year-old,
New York has 2 remaining
Probably hold
counts.
his breath in there too, thinking I'm not allowed to do this. But that missed by quite a bit. You would imagine, as many challenges that we've seen. Kind of the threshold is about a ½ an inch.
He's going to challenge again on strike 3.
I don't know about this one.
The previous pitch was called a strike. The batter has challenged.
Wow.
And he got it right. How about
The pitch is a
that?
ball. This is ball 4. New York has 2 remaining challenges.
But you look at that, everybody asks, do you like the challenge? Look at that at bat. That's 2 pitches in the same at bat.
Yep.
Are they close? Yeah, they're close. One of them was over an inch, but that taking the bat out of your hand, 2 pitches.
So he goes from striking out to getting a walk.
Yeah.
A lot better feeling and a lot better for the team. So from one kid to another, rookie to rookie, here's Spencer Jones. Waved at that one. 0-1. Jones with the RBI single up the middle in the second.
That was a first pitch fastball. You see, he didn't go at that again. I mean, that was a big old breaking ball. And, you know, pitchers have good memories of what hitters hit, what they're looking for in certain situations.
One and one on Jones. One and two. Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1 Braves. Spoiled the other way. Sale was the pitcher of the month in July. 4-0, 2.0 ERA in 5 starts. Just missed. Spencer Jones had just missed. And they're going to say it did hit him. So Spencer Jones takes first base, and the Yankees got a rally. 2 challenges get them a walk. And this one just brushed by the uniform pants.
Yeah, it looked like missed the back. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, you know, if you're a lefty, Chris Sale, I'll take this one.
The ruling on the field is that the batter was hit by the pitch. Atlanta has challenged.
So Atlanta's going to challenge. I don't know if he got hit, Paul. Let's see.
I thought it had to be the front. It kind of lost in the glove. Did not hit the back leg, that's for sure.
And Spencer didn't immediately take first. So the Braves will challenge. See, this is when I need Girardi. He's got the white out, and this whole inning is a mess.
I got a better thing. Don't keep score.
There you go.
Keep it in your mind.
Yeah. Well, you've got that great mind. I'm just barely holding on.
Yeah, I got you.
Is there any movement on the? Because it's not blousy in the uniform pants.
I didn't see it.
I don't think he hit him.
Yeah, I think possibly the catcher's glove, when he stabbed at it, might have hit it, and that's what the umpire maybe heard. I think Spencer Jones knows that he's going to be running back and grabbing the bat.
And Chris Sale's probably a little chapped.
Yeah.
The 2 challenges and then this. Jones is walking back, so he kind of knows he didn't get hit. That's.
I don't know.
The umpire doesn't have to say anything now.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good look right there when you see the replay and they're waiting this long to make the call.
You know, why is he doing this?
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned.
That's why he's
the
doing
batter
it.
was not hit by the pitch. He will return to bat with a 2-2 count, and Atlanta will retain its challenge.
So Lombard will move back to first. You wonder how Dan Merzel feels. Is he upset? Three and 2. Because he punched out Lombard twice. Replay showed that he was wrong. He gives Jones a hit by pitch. Replay showed that he was wrong.
Yeah, it's been a tough inning for him.
Jones' single in the second that drove in a run broken 0 for 19 for him. This will be the 8th pitch. Driven into right center field. That is a base hit. It splits the outfielders and it goes to the wall. Lombard rounds third. He's coming home. He'll score. Jones going to third. He's got an RBI triple, and the Yankees have tied the game at 2.
You know, Michael, I've seen Spencer Jones hit some home runs this year. That's the best at bat he's had all year. I mean, he laid off pitches. He did that, and it just smoked one to right center field. On a 3-2 pitch, a breaking ball, he stays in there. This is his second run-producing hit of the day. And Harris kind of took a bad route to this. And Lombard, I was watching him. Got great speed, cuts the bases well, scores on this hit easily. And Spencer Jones just follows him to third base. This is a huge hit for the Yankees.
And getting to third is gigantic because it forces the Braves to bring the infield in for Caballero. Still nobody out. Go-ahead runs at third. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Caballero, if you think of his at-bat last night, I mean, that's the one you want to close the book on and really get to this situation and get this run in there.
That was not an at-bat for the archives. As he tried to bunt, and then he tried to swing away. It was an at-bat that did nothing.
I think sometimes as a player you get caught in the middle of really what you want to do, and so you basically just do nothing. I mean, he swung at a ball that was in the other batter's box.
Yeah, 15 years from now, when he comes back for Old Timers Day, we're not showing that on the board.
That's not.
Now that's not the at-bat we're going to be showing on the board.
I did notice that some of those highlights, Michael, were starting to look a little grainy up there.
Yeah, they're not in 4K. Two and two.
Yeah, this is an important bat for Caballero. You know, you've got to get this running because you got to remember that Austin Wells is on deck, who's a lefty. If Chris Sales makes his pitches, it's going to be a tough at bat.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Caballero struck out twice against Sale. So 1 away. Runner remains at third.
The infield going to continue to stay in. And if you're Austin Wells, you just hope that you can get something. Well, he's been really good at that back foot slider to righties, especially the first time up. You see, he keeps moving that back foot, trying to get it out of the way.
Wells struck out looking in the third.
That's a balk.
Called a balk on him.
Love it.
Wow. Sale can't believe it. Here comes Spencer Jones. When he touches home plate, Yankees have a 3-2 lead on the balk.
Well, what a break for the Yankees.
Did you see anything, Paul?
You know what? I don't know if he put the ball in his glove and then stopped and took it out again. I don't know. But I'm sure Juan Weiss is going to blow a gasket here because that's a big run to tie this game up or to let the Yankees go ahead.
The rough inning continues for Dan Merzel. And the crew chief, Dan Bellino, first base up, is talking things over with Sale just to move him away. And now Merzel throws out Walt Weiss, who's going to get his money's worth here. And now Weiss has to make sure Sale doesn't get thrown out. Weiss fired up.
Talk about a balk being a big play. I mean, you've got the Spencer Jones gets to third base, and now you take the lead on a balk with the infield in and a left-handed hitter at the plate.
Sale's just going to walk away because he's not going to win this. But he wanted to make his point, and he certainly did. Let's see.
motion
Right there.
Yeah, he kind of started at the bottom, kind of started and went back there. But see right there, that little hitch, that's starting the motion. And you know what, Austin Wells, I don't know if it's because Merzel called timeout or he stepped out, but he saw it also.
That's got to chap a veteran.
Wow.
Pitcher. He just told him, I'm going to go out of the windup. So Walt Weiss, who's had a great first year with the Braves, does not enjoy the Dan Merzel show here on the fifth.
No.
I'll tell you what, Paul, I mean, I understand that they're upset, but when you look at that replay, he balked.
There was a little, little hitch at the bottom where he stopped. You know what? Did it cause any effect? But no, but he called it. And you're right, Michael. You can argue all you want. You're not going to take it back.
Right there, this little twitch of the leg.
Yep. Right there.
I'm sorry, that's a balk.
The start of the motion. Yep. And like I said, I don't know if Merzel called it or Austin Wells saw it, but he stepped out, which was a good thing.
That's laced to left field. That is going to find grass and go into the corner. Played out there by Dubon, and Wells picks up a double.
Michael, I don't know if it's me or you, but I did not expect these type of at-bats from left-handed hitters in the Yankees lineup today. Spencer Jones, tremendous. Grisham, a line drive off the center field wall. This, going with one of the premier lefties in the league the other way. Great at-bat by the Yankee lefties today.
Yankees lead 3-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's Goldschmidt. 1 for 2 against Sale. Sale at 85 pitches. One 1-0. Yankee lefties 4 for 8 against Sale. The 1-1. 1-2. Wells thinking about going to third. They're not even checking him. In the count 2-2. He danced around out there. Albie's not near him. Jarvis is kind of playing toward the hole, so nobody's checking Wells back.
Yeah, I think Sale saw that too, and he kind of hesitated and held him a little bit longer.
Now, if he's going to go with one out, you do take the chance to go to second. And the count 3-2. And a walk. So it's weird. They both pitch well, but they both ran into trouble in the fifth inning. 4 straight hits against Cole, and then this melange of mess against Sale, and the Yankees have the lead.
Yeah, the Yankees aren't done here either. I mean, this is a big at-bat for Ramos, who handles lefties well. All of a sudden, Sale's struggling a little bit.
They get up one of their 4 right-handers, Medeiros, and Jerry Hefner goes out and talks with Sale. Let's recap this inning. Lombard leads off. Strikes out on a called third strike. He challenges, ball. Strikes out again on a called third strike. Challenges, ball. Then Spencer Jones is up. He gets hit by a pitch. Braves challenge. No, he didn't get hit by a pitch. So that worked against the Braves because then Spencer Jones hits a triple to right center field to tie the game. A strikeout of Caballero. And then Wells dunks a double to left field. And by the way, Jones scored on a balk by the veteran Chris Sale. So go figure baseball. Yankees up 3-2. Thirty-three pitches this inning. Two-0. Grounded to Jarvis. There's one. On to first, it's a double play. So Sale finally works out of a jam, but the Yankees scored 2 runs. They lead by 1. And Amy Cole, as well as their 2 kids, Caden and Everett, who of course are rocking their dad's pinstripes. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media. Reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game, and they're here today. And when you talk to Garrett about it, the kids are locked into the game.
Is that right?
They really know what's going on. Amy's seen a lot of baseball in her life as well. All right, we go to the 6th inning. Austin Wells ended the inning at second, so it took him a while to get the gear on. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Yankees lead this one 3-2. Our director Dan Barr really having fun with this drone today. He's flying it all over the place. So here's Michael Harris II. Grounded. Nice play by Caballero. Backhand, and he got rid of it quickly to Goldschmidt.
Yeah, you once you catch this ball, you either you really post up and make a strong throw, or you get rid of it early, which he decided to do. He's made 2 good plays at second base today.
One and 0. Albies a double and 2 at bats. Count 1-1. Cole's pitch count is in great shape. It's at 69 pitches here in the 6th inning. Doesn't like that baseball. Gone. Give me a new one. That one's better.
It's amazing, though, Michael. Believe it or not, you pick up some baseballs. The seams are a little higher. They're not all exactly the same.
1-2. I know the thing that drives David Cohn nuts is when they throw out baseballs that have a scuff on them.
Yeah.
He said those are the ones you make dance. You don't throw them out.
Yeah, you can have trick pitches with those things.
Two. Center field. Grisham there. 2 outs. Now let's check out the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay. What do you see from Cole?
Well, another good start is what I see from Cole. I mean, he's really taken care of Olsen today with a good fastball. He's used his changeup when he needed to. He had the 1 inning where he missed out over the middle of the plate, but other than that, hit a career milestone at 1,000 strikeouts, and he's still out here in the top of the 6th.
1-0. Knuckle curve with no bite. So against the 4-seamer, he has 5 strikeouts. The Braves are 1 for 13. Another ball. Get it out of here.
Not a big fan. That must have been one of the old timers balls.
Yeah.
They got them mixed up.
Maybe it was the one that you drilled to first base, had a little dent in it.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't hit it off the end of the bat. I was happy about that because that hurts.
Lined and caught by a leaping Rosario for the third out of the inning. He timed it. And as Ken Singleton used to say, you got to get up in order to get down. An 8-pitch inning for Garrett Cole. And it ends with this sparkler by Rosario. For famously fast fiber internet. The pictures in the scrapbook coming to life for one day.
I don't know if anybody could play tomorrow. Anybody that was out on the field running. Things start getting a little sore afterwards.
Good take, 2-0. So on 9 days rest, they have Sale out there with 96 pitches to start the 6th inning. Ground ball, second base. Nice hop for Albies. And he gets Rice to start off the 6th inning. There's a guy who made that nice stab to end the top of the 6th. Ahmed Rosario. He's not in there for his glove, but made a sparkler to end the inning.
Sparkler, I haven't heard that in a while. I'm glad you brought that back out.
I didn't know you liked it. I would have used it more.
The sparkler, yeah.
It's so weird on Old Timers Day. I see these great players, and I had such a privilege to broadcast the games with John Sterling during your run, and everybody is frozen in time to me. Just is. But then when you see Tino sit here and Jorge sit here and Bernie and you, and the gray is creeping into the hair, it's wow, this is weird.
You still want to look at the big screen, at the old highlights.
That's how I want to have it frozen in time. Ground ball, shortstop, Jarvis. 2 away. So here's Grisham. He doubled over the head of Harris the second in the second. Came around to score on Spencer Jones's RBI single. Jones had a big day so far. Single, triple, and 2 ribbies. And a run scored. His run scored is the difference in the game as the Yankees lead 3-2. Oh, 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 99 miles an hour. So Sale still bringing it as we go to the 7th. And 1 World Series title, player and a manager.
Oh, I got it.
I got it. I think I have it, yeah. Oh, for sure. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's a 1. No wonder we got it so quick, huh?
It's almost like they tell you if you don't get a 1, it's time to go.
You're not on the next series.
Right, you're out. Nine home runs. Mike Yastrzemski leads off the 7th inning. Ford scoreboard. Yankees lead 3-2. Yankees tighten up the defense. McMahon takes over for Rosario at third base.
Well, this becomes the question mark. How long do you stay with Cole?
Yastrzemski in the left field. Right there is Ramos.
Well, Ramos plays very shallow, so that's the ball that he takes away. And the one earlier in the game got over his head is the ball he's kind of a problem with. You see Hedrick up. So Garrett Cole only have 75 pitches. He's been very efficient, but you know, at this time of the game, usually tells you that, you know, the bullpen's ready. If he gets in trouble, you can go there.
So what's your thought process on playing the outfield? Our former colleague Jim Cott, the Hall of Famer, used to tell his outfielders, you play shallow. Anything in front of you, that's your fault. Anything over your head is my fault.
Yeah, I mean, there's theories, and I like that from a pitcher's point of view. I think the big thing is you got to know yourself as an outfielder, where you go back on the ball better or do you come in on the ball better. And that really tells you if you play deep or shallow. Andrew Jones, for instance, was a great center fielder that went back on the ball very well, so he played shallow. I came in on the ball better than going back. So it just, I would play a little bit deeper. So I think that's extremely important to know as an outfielder.
It makes me a little nervous, though, as you see, Riley couldn't hold up. Anything over your head really hurts more than a single.
Yeah, absolutely. I always thought by playing deep, you know, it could come in a little bit harder than going back, and you could get to the wall quicker and make the plays that, you know, kind of in between out or off the top of the wall.
Pitch to Jarvis is a strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball there by Cole, who's throwing harder after the surgery on average than he was before the surgery.
Yeah, he's really been dominant in his last 2 starts with the four-seam fastball. Today in the Wrigley Field, we said, you know, he threw over 60% four-seams fastballs. And that just goes to show you that, you know, he's comfortable with challenging people. He's throwing that fastball by people.
Garrett tosses away another baseball. Doesn't seem like he loves that one either. See what he does with it. Good enough. Another 8-pitch inning for Garrett Cole, who is dealing here on Old Timers Day. Family likes it. Why wouldn't they? At the end of 6.5.
Has shown unbelievable defensive skills since he's been here.
3 games this season. He already has 2 defensive runs saved. And he's going to lead off against Victor Medeiros as Chris Sale's afternoon is over.
And guys, I spoke to Aaron Boone the other day about George Lombard Jr. and his work at shortstop, and he said his physicality just stands out. You can tell he has the arm strength. He moves with such ease out there. Offensively, he said he felt as though since he's come up, and it's just been a handful of games, he's done a good job of controlling the strike zone, showing poise in the batter's box. We saw that with a late inning walk in last night's game.
And Meredith, we saw that leading off the 5th inning where he had the gumption at 21 years old to challenge 2 strike calls against Chris Sale, and both were overturned, and he ended up walking, and that started that Yankee rally where they got 2, put them ahead 3-2, and that's where we are right now. You know, when he talks about his ability in the field, Paul, he talks about a lot of it is derived from the fact that he was a soccer player right through high school. And, you know, the footwork was a big part of it. When you're a good defender, your footwork is big.
Yeah, he's extremely athletic. I was walking through the tunnel the other day, and he was down there warming up on the turf in the tunnel with a soccer ball. So he still goes through some of the footwork drills. It's going to be a fun story to continue to watch. But, you know, you watched that play last night.
High fly ball, right field. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run for George Lombard Jr. And the Yankees lead 4-2.
Well, folks are seeing quite a debut. Just called up the other day, home run on his first major league hit. Unbelievable defense, and now hitting a home run the other way. You know, man, he might be trading in 96 here soon. He might have a real number because he looks like a real player.
You know what? Maybe like Judge, he's going to own it.
Yeah.
Spencer Jones takes outside.
You know what's amazing to me is he doesn't look overwhelmed after he just hits a huge home run, or opening night he hits a home run. He doesn't look overwhelmed like, look what I did. It looks like he's just taking it in style, and that's a good thing to see. No home run flip, no bat toss, no nothing. Just run the bases, go tell everybody what you saw.
You know, when your dad's a baseball man,
yep.
I don't think you're going to be doing home run flips and things like that. I think you've been brought up to play in a certain way.
It's pretty refreshing, isn't it?
Yep. Inside.
Talk about defense, and I was talking to Luis Sojo today. This is the best line of the day, Mike.
Okay.
So I walk in, Luis Sojo. I always loved the guy. Hilarious, great guy to have on a team. Got that big hit in the World Series.
That one is looped into center field. Backing up is Jarvis. He makes the play.
Let's watch a little defense, and then I'll get back to it. Well, let's watch some offense. Ball up and away. Why try to pull it? I mean, that's just a beautiful thing. I mean, if he finds out that he can reach the right field seats, it helps your hitting so much because you don't have to pull off to try to pull it. He gets through the ball and really uses his lower half. It's a great swing.
Well, Caballero just gets a pitch clock violation, so he gets a strike thrown at him without a pitch.
So I walk in the clubhouse, all the guys screaming and yelling. I go over to Luis and I said, you know, Luis, you look great, man. It's good to see you. I'm still hitting ninth. He was so frustrated to look at the lineup that he's still hitting ninth.
He doesn't look much different than when he played.
No.
One and one on Caballero. Danny Young, one of the four left-handers, warming. 1-2. Caballero struck out twice against Chris Sale. Checks the swing. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. And Caballero works a walk and then angrily tosses the bat. I don't think he was happy with the pitch clock violation.
Yeah, he seems to be really fighting that. You got to watch it, that it doesn't get in your head and kind of affect your at-bats. But they got a 2-run lead, and Caballero, a big threat to steal a base. You might as well take a chance. Atlanta has not been good at all this year. Caballero not even to first base yet. I don't know what's going on. And it cost a strike to Wells. Caballero not getting to first base. I think Wells was waiting. Caballero really kind of walked down to first base, and it might have cost Wells strike one.
You know, an umpire has a good day when you don't know who the umpire is. Dan Merzel has become a big part of the game, and he has pushed his way into it.
Yeah, I didn't know that name before the game started.
You know it now.
Well, by heart now.
And Wells is victimized by a strike on a pitch that he didn't see. High fly ball, right field. Yastrzemski on the track. It's foul ball.
No, why? See, he's not even at first base yet, and I think Wells was waiting. And then all of a sudden, I think that cost him strike one.
Yep. Wells a double to left field his last time up. He was 1 for 2. Two and two. Bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees lead 4-2. Each team with 6 hits. Sounds like a broken bat. Hedrick getting ready. Low pitch count for Garrett Cole, but we'll see how they play it in the 8th inning. Check out today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Carlos Rodon expected to pitch 3 innings tonight with AAA Scranton. He's been on the IL since June 30th with left elbow inflammation. And he gets hit. And they checked to see if he went around. He did not, so a hit by pitch. And Wells will take first base as Caballero moves to second.
You got an extra base runner here and an opportunity for Goldschmidt to get a big hit together. Little cutter comes in. Got him a little more than I thought, just underneath on the wrist.
And Jeremy Hefner goes out. Talks with Medeiros. Now, Walt Weiss has been thrown out, so Hefner would probably make any pitching change as well. And that's going to bring up Goldschmidt. 1 for 2 with a walk. Did they move the Statue of Liberty?
You know what? Is that new? I haven't seen that.
Never seen that. Old Timers Day, 78th Old Timers Day here at the stadium. Great Old Timers game. Introduction's always fun. And now the Yankees playing a terrific game here. And the real one.
I just saw one of the cameramen run out on the field and run back. I'm like, just thinking to myself, they've had a long day.
Oh, yeah.
Like a doubleheader, right?
We've got such a great crew. You know, in the truck, the people that work the cameras, just the best of the best. And we're so lucky and fortunate to work with them. And they put on a great show every single game. So thank you to them.
It's kind of the booth guys we got an issue with, right, Mike?
I didn't want to say that. Trying to be a glass half full guy.
Oh, that's always been your
That's me.
Since I've known you.
Sure.
Vinny. Well, I looked over at Vinny the other day. I thought I was at the ground round. The
Why?
place had peanuts all over the floor, everything. He was just relaxing. You know, he just went to Rain I'm going to do something. He just ate peanuts and threw them on the floor.
Now, does ground round still exist? Because that was great.
Well,
you'd walk in and they'd have peanut shells all over the floor.
You know, the big screen highlights still exist in your mind. That still exists in my mind.
All right. I love the ground round. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes. I'm sure you took Neville on a date to the ground round every now and then.
If I was lucky. Believe me, that was kind of like a homecoming dance date.
Oh, wow.
Going to Burger King, you know.
Hey, Michael, it still exists, but they've pared it down. Allegedly, 5 locations are still open.
Really?
One thing that kind of creeped me out, though, was the clown that was walking around while you were having dinner.
See, I don't remember the clown at
I
the
don't
ground
either.
round.
I thought that was like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Well, in Whitehall, Pennsylvania, there was a clown.
Maybe that was just specific to that place.
Could have been.
Sorry that frightened you, Mayor.
I got over it, Michael, believe it or not.
We finally found something we have in common. I hate clowns too, Meredith.
Really?
Yeah,
You
they
worked with
scare
them
me.
for a long time. You know that?
Not a big clown guy. Ramos swings and misses 0-2.
As we talk about things in pictures, I mean, this comes down to a huge at bat in the tiny little Statue of Liberty. Hey, eye care. You need good eyes to see that thing in the Bronx.
Runners go. Pitch is high. Throw to third. Safe. Double steal. Caballero takes third, and Wells moves to second on his own stolen
We've
base.
seen it that he absolutely has no fear stealing third base with 2 outs. Got a great jump. Lucky the throw was up a little bit, so the tag came in late. Now this at bat becomes even bigger.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Ramos down on strikes. But the Yankees tack on. And they do it with the youngster, 21-year-old George Lombard Jr. The short porch and right. He reaches it for the first time in his young career and gives the Yankees a 4-2 lead. 352 feet. He's got a nice start in his young big league career. Coors Banquet, start your legacy, and he certainly started at 4 for 12, 2 home runs, 3 walks, an OPS of 1.300. And we mentioned earlier the 2 defensive runs saved in the field. He has certainly hit the ground running, as they say.
No doubt, it doesn't look like he had a huge adjustment period where he's been overwhelmed at all.
Brent Hedrick comes on and gets Baldwin to ground to second. 1 down.
Well, I think everybody is in the play out there in the bullpen, so you've got a huge opportunity with 5 more outs to beat, you know, one of the #1 starters in baseball and one of the better teams in baseball. So this would be again one of the better wins all year last year, and to back it up with a win today, what a great start to this series.
Acuna Jr. takes a strike from Hedrick. So Garrett Cole, 7 strong innings. He had 1 bad inning. He had that in the 5th where he gave it 2 runs, but 2 runs and 6 hits. And a strike from Hedrick. Blackburn getting ready.
Yeah, Blackburn getting ready in case something goes on in this inning where you need to get a righty out. But you would assume that Bednar, if things stay the way they are, will be up between innings getting ready to take care of the 9th.
Still 2-2. Check out the Yankee bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. 5 relievers used yesterday in the 10-inning Yankee victory. But everybody's available today. Acuna Jr. battling Hedrick. (4-2) Yankees. They won last night 3-2. Another foul ball. Really fighting off real good pitches from Hedrick. Now look at Hedrick, facially, physically, and it was like a mirror image of Jeff Nelson.
A little bit, like looking in the mirror because he's backwards, he's lefty.
This will be the 10th pitch, and the count full. That one's drilled deep to left field, and that ball is out in an eye blink. A bullet home run by Acuna, and the Braves pull to within one. It's 4-3.
Wow, what an at-bat. We talked about Acuna. It's getting hot, and they need him to get hot. A couple home runs the night before he came in here. A couple hits in game one, and now a long at-bat turns into a home run. He's a special player. There's no doubt about that when he is healthy.
Home run of the year for Acuna Jr. And here's Olsen. 0-1.
Boy, after all those fouled off pitches, he finally got one there, kind of belt high out over the middle of the plate, and just a line drive into the bleachers. Watch the bat just continue through and just drive this ball. What a swing.
Fly ball, left center. Grisham way out left center. Calls off Ramos and puts it away. 2 down. So here's Michael Harris II. So you had 2 sons. You ever think about Paul II? Did that ever come into play?
You know, Neville was responsible for that. I think she thought we were going to have a lot of kids because we never got up to where out of the age. I'm in the alphabet.
Was she looking all the way to Z?
I don't know. At that point, I wasn't.
0-1 on Harris. Now 1-1. Harris 0 for 3 against Cole, and he's going to challenge that. That's going to be challenged by Wells, the ball call, powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if he gets it right. No, he missed it by a lot.
The ball. The count is 1-1. New York has 1 remaining challenge.
2.6 inches.
Yeah, he's been so good this series too.
That one is dunked into center field, a base hit for Harris. So 1 on 2 outs. That'll bring up Albies. Hey, come out to Yankee Stadium next Tuesday, August 11th, when the Yankees take on the Mariners. It's K-pop Demon Hunters night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a roomy Yankees bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. So with Albies up, he's much better against left-handed pitching than righties, so he's going to call on the right-hander Blackburn. That's the first run allowed at home this season for Hedrick. Blackburn coming on. The Bronx on a Saturday afternoon. Here at the ballpark, Yankees lead 4-3. They call on Paul Blackburn to face Ozzie Albies. Runner at first base. Foul back. We told you Albies better against left-handed pitching than righties, and that's why the move was made.
He was up getting ready for this at bat. I mean, you had a really, really good part of the lineup for the lefties, but then all of a sudden it's starting to turn around here with Albies hitting better off lefties, and now you got Dubon on deck.
You know, one of the cool things today, I'm standing with David Cohn and Mariano in the dugout before the ceremony began, and somebody from the clubhouse comes up to Mariano and said, Mr. Rivera, David Bednar wasn't here last year for Old Timers Day. He would really consider it an honor if he could say hello to you. Mariano said, sure. And then all the pitchers, a lot of the pitchers came out into the dugout just to take a picture with Mo.
I saw them, and they were all smiling. You know what I said? I walked by, I said, yeah, you're all pitchers. That's why you're smiling. None of you had to hit him.
1-2. Just got a piece to stay alive. Long set, runner goes. Fouled away. Pitchers with pitchers. Why not, right? I mean, one of the greatest of all time. Get a snap. Grounded foul. I mean, Mo tore his Achilles last Old Timers Day. He's back out there today.
Throwing me BP. He was trying to lay him in there. I didn't quite have it. I hit a couple hard, but you know what? At any time, you know he
can break your back.
Yeah, he threw one in on my knuckles. I said, that's it. I've had enough.
Now, I know it's crazy when you've been away from the game so long, but I truly believe seeing Mo in the shape that he's in and his unerring control, that he can still get people out in the big leagues.
Well, I mean, he's not what he was, obviously, but, you know, he sometimes the wisdom you learn and his ability, right. I asked him, I said, you have any problems with your arm? He said no. He was just gifted with a rubber arm where we could throw all day, and it never hurt.
And then you told him how much yours hurts.
Yeah, it's just, here, I threw the ball back to him underhanded.
Runner goes. Foul ball.
Boy, that'd have been trouble. That ball, McMahon off the line. Harris in motion. Boy, a couple at bats in this inning with Acuna. And now Albies just long at bats, foul balls.
This will be the 9th pitch coming up. Tap to Lombard. He'll take it to second, and that will do it here in the 8th. But they had a run on the Acuna home run. The Yankees now lead by 1. Name that Yankee. Those are the clues, player and manager, and the answer is Bobby Cox. What a job he did with Atlanta. And you know, he did a great job with Toronto, too.
Yeah.
Hyundai scoreboard, Ben Rice will lead off as they bring in the lefty Danny Young. Right now, the difference in the game is the home run by Lombard. Gave the Yankees a 4-2 lead. Then Acuna's home run made it 4-3. That's where we stand, bottom of the 8th inning. High fly ball, center field. Harris back on the track, at the wall. See ya! A home run from Ben Rice. His home run drought is over. And the Yankees lead by 2.
Well, a huge tack-on home run, 32 on the year. And if you watch Ben Rice rounding first base, you don't think this home run meant something? Can't say enough about how the left-handed hitters have taken care of the left-handed pitching from the Braves today.
11 games without a home run, sitting at 31. Now he hits number 32. Last time he hit a home run in Philadelphia against the Phillies, July 26th. Ryan McMahon, his first at bat, took over for Rosario defensively. You can see he's pumped up, Paul.
Oh, watch him go around first base. I mean, that's, you know, you don't hit a home run for a while. You start reading about it. You're going through a slump. It just, you need to get those things off your back. This ball was hammered, but you never know. Going dead center field if it's catching. Tell me he doesn't want this one. Yes.
And it's only right on Old Timers Day you visit the Ghost out in Monument Park.
Back behind the ball, and you know, he got all of it. Dead center field here is not an easy shot.
Wake up the echoes. One and 2 on McMahon. So he broke the RBI slide last night. Big home hit off the right field wall. And now he breaks the home run slide.
Yeah, I don't see too many guys having the years that Ben Rice had. I've seen guys get off to great starts and then they fall off and they really never get it back. But Ben Rice, this has been too long of a year, too many hard hit balls for him not to turn this around. And all of a sudden that bullet he hit yesterday off the wall and now a dead center home run. I'd say Ben Rice starting to swing bat a little bit better. Wow. Fastball right there, but it's the delivery that is very deceptive, kind of a sidearm. And, you know, Harris made it look like he had a play, but that ball made it with plenty to spare.
Swing and a miss. McMahon down on strikes, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 8th.
This isn't the greatest time to hit either, Michael. You're starting to see some shadows at the pitcher, and then you have the sunlight off the batter's eye. Just not a great time to really see the ball.
5 runs for the Yankees, Paul. That's an offensive explosion.
And that's off Chris Sale and one of the better bullpens in all of baseball. So, you know, it's very promising to see some of the things you've seen in this series, and it's the big hits, the important hits at the right time, and the defense, and those things can play every day.
Then you look up at the scoreboard, Paul. How about that? Boston never loses. Now, I'm not saying they're going to lose this, but they're trailing.
Michael, it's only the 5th. Come on.
I mean, they never trail either.
Yeah, exactly.
Although they did against the White Sox. What an unbelievable game that was. Kept coming back.
I think they scored 9th, 10th, 11th. They scored every single hit.
Yep. Strike 3. Grisham down looking. Hey, tomorrow on Yes, watch Cam Schlittler take them out as the Yankees and the Braves play the season series finale here at the stadium. Pre-game coverage begins at 1 with first pitch scheduled for 1:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. And here he is, the kid, George Lombard Jr. Walked and scored, then a home run to right field.
Well, Young has that breaking ball, kind of like Sale. Just, starts way outside and ends up at the back foot. And it's all because of that kind of sidearm release.
Up the middle and a base hit. Off the glove of Albies.
Uh-oh, he wiped out.
Lombard trying to round first in a hurry. Lost his footing. Let's see if he's okay. Might be more embarrassed than anything.
He slipped and fell pretty hard, but he was thinking about going to second because this ball was off of Albies' glove. What a total wipeout. You can see the big mark in the grass where he hit and kind of blew out. So right here, he's going to hustle around and kind of read it and give himself a chance until he hit a soft spot of the grass.
Looks like he's okay. They check on him.
See that footwork? He got it all from soccer, Michael.
Yep.
Right there, you're in trouble. Like, uh-oh, here I go. Don't even put that other foot down. Just fall.
But if he was playing soccer, he would have stayed down for 10 minutes like he was struck by lightning.
Like somebody hit him and you broke his leg, right?
And there would be a stoppage of time, and then we'd play the game into the 11th inning and not tell us.
It's got to be fixed. That flopping stuff, I can't take it. I tried to really get into the World Cup, but when they started, guys bumping and falling, acting like somebody shot them, that's a weird thing.
It's tough. If you look at 6-7 in the order today, Paul, the kids are all right. Lombard and Jones have had pretty good games.
Tonight. Who is that? Somebody sings that song, Michael. 6-7. That's out of style, Michael. I'm not playing that game anymore.
No, I didn't even go to it. It was just incidental. (3-1). And Jones on base again for the third time this afternoon as Lombard moves to second.
Spencer Jones has had a great day at the plate against tough left-handed pitching. And, a lot of times lefties, as soon as you're caught up in the minor leagues, he's got to prove that he can hit lefties. Well, this is one day where Aaron Boone has to be impressed at the at-bats that he put together.
Caballero's been doing that a lot today.
That back foot's going to be tired.
Each team with 8 hits. Yankees lead 5-3. Bottom of the 8th inning. (2-0). I think I sense some tension between Merzel and Caballero.
Yeah, I don't think Caballero is all into the kind of the rule change that allows him to play that cat and mouse game with the time clock. I think it's affecting him a lot more than he would say.
(3-0). Right down the middle, 3-1. So 3-2 with 2 outs. The runners will go. Lombard from second, Jones from first. So great to see a ballpark right in the middle of the inner city. It's been here since 1923, just on the other side of the street. Popped up. Olsen gives it a look and out of play. They'll go again, 3-2, 2 outs. Caballero uses his timeout. Strike 3. Caballero down looking. He was taking off his protective pad, thinking it was ball 4. But the Yankees do get a run. Ben Rice launches one to center field, and it lands 431 feet away. And when it does land, it's 5-3 Yankees. By the New York Lottery today and start imagining your win. And by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right they almost feel wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer. Hey, did you get hurt on that tumble?
I did. I got up the next day and thinking, man, I'm glad we're not playing today. I had a kink in my neck.
Yankees go to Bednar, try to close it out. They lead by 2 in the 9th. And the first pitch to Mauricio Dubon is a strike. Bednar's really had an outstanding season. Backhanded by Caballero, gets rid of the ball quickly. 1 away.
You know, Caballero moves around the field a lot, and you know, he's played a good second base today. You've seen him in the outfield, obviously at shortstop, but these aren't really easy plays. He makes them look good.
So here is Mike Yastrzemski. The grandson of the Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski. Fouled that ball off twice. Second time on the backswing. The 0-2 to Yastrzemski. Check the swing. 1-2. One-two. Still 1-2. What a home run by Ben Rice. What a blast. A 431-foot home run means baseball fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. And that's Rice's second longest home run of the year. Had a 433-foot home run on June 19th against the Reds. Two. 3-2. You want to keep Yaz off base. That guy's starting tomorrow. Because Austin Riley with 14 home runs, he's on deck.
Yeah, he's hot too. You know, you've got to make him put the ball into play. Can't give free passes away here.
Good at bat for Yastrzemski. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And that is ball 4, so Yastrzemski works a walk. Well, fans, after the final, I'll get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. Riley 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts. 1-0. Big crowd at the stadium today for Old Timers Day. 45,222. And also a pretty good pitcher's duel in the real game. 2-1 on Riley. And the pitch. 97 miles an hour right by him. 2-2.
Yeah, after the quick out, you're seeing Bednar kind of struggling with the strike zone, but able to get the fastball by Riley.
Swing and a miss. That was 96 right by him. 2 away.
Yeah, no reason if he's going to, offer this high fastball, just continue. And this one actually kind of comes up and in. Big strikeout for Bednar.
Pinch hitter coming up for Jim Jarvis. Dominic Smith. Braves down to their final out. Yastrzemski not being held on at first. Goldschmidt deep at first base, trying to guard against the extra base hit. Yastrzemski goes, and there's a strike, so he'll take second. The 0-1. 1-1. Bednar deals. Got a good fastball right now, and the Braves are down to their final strike. As those left in the crowd, they're standing. They're looking for the final out. Out number 27. That is not an old timer.
First old timer's day, though.
Yeah. 1-2. 2-2. Three and 2. Three-two count on the pinch hitter Dominic Smith. Up the middle and throw for base hit. Yastrzemski will score. It's a pinch hit RBI single for Dominic Smith. And the Braves have pulled to within one, 5-4.
Wow, what a great pinch hit off the bench, took a couple tough pitches, and then this lines one up the center. I mean, Atlanta, they don't go easy. He challenged him with the fastball, just laced right back at him up the middle. You see those shadows too. Not the greatest time to be hitting, but Blake going to come out and try to figure out, help Bednar get this last out.
And the dangerous Drake Baldwin, with 20 home runs, will be at the plate. Lane Thomas pinch running for Dominic Smith. Fuente's getting ready in case there's a bottom of the 9th inning.
Thomas will run. He's got 7 stolen bases. An athletic guy, so you got to keep an eye on that. But you also have to remember, if you're Bednar, the guy you need to get out is at home plate.
One and 0.
Well,
The previous pitch was called the ball.
At this point, you might as well take a challenge with it.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it is indeed a ball.
The pitch was the ball. The count is 1-0.
Well, that's about as close as it
New York
gets
has
there.
exhausted its challenges for regulation play.
Tying runs at first base. Chop foul. Wells tried to get out of the crouch quickly and grab it while it was fair. Count 1-1. Baldwin this afternoon 1 for 4. And again, the Braves are down to their final strike.
Well, there's a big pitch in the at bat there because he got a swing and a miss with a split finger. Everything else, he's only been able to get them to swing as a fastball. That's out of the zone. Now you've kind of opened up your whole arsenal to try to finish this thing off.
Thomas leads off first, held by Goldschmidt. The 1-2. That's driven into right center field. Right there is Jones, and he puts it away. And the Yankees hold on, and then they win their 2nd straight against the Atlanta Braves. Braves came into the Bronx with an 8-game winning streak, and the Yankees have won 2 nail-biting games to take this series.
Well, you better get used to it because this is what you're going to see from the Yankees. They had some timely hitting, but it's all about the pitching. Garrett Cole, another great outing. Bednar shut the door, but you know what? This is great baseball right now that the Yankees are playing in these 2 games. Good defense, a few hits, and great pitching.
Well, the Yankees rolled out their best pitchers for this series. Fried yesterday, Cole today. Schlittler will try to complete the sweep tomorrow, beating a very good Braves team that's running away with the National League East. So that guy gets to start tomorrow. Old Timers Day. We celebrate the past. And this game, celebrating the present with that youngster who's 21 years old. Good stuff here in the Bronx.